44th Street, just south of the interstate. Or check us out online at CalPCars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
Here you go. Coffee's on me and my new BFF. I thought I was your best friend forever. BFF like best financial friend at Members Own Credit Union. Right now, they're offering $100 when you consolidate or transfer a loan or an existing credit card balance and meet requirements. Plus, you get great rates and free advice from a financial partner that will put you first. That sounds like a match made in heaven. Members Own Credit Union is the type of bestie you can count on. Get started today at memberzonecu.org/BFF. Limitations may apply. Equal housing opportunity.
Join us each Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon for Youth Football 101 with Tank Perry of the Nebraska Red Wolves of 7-on-7 football. The future of the sport depends on the foundation set at a young age. Hear those stories and more each Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone back with the latest update from Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, your new car selection keeps getting better and better every month. Can you tell our listeners all about it?
You know, it sure is, Charlie. It's great that our customers can come in, pick out a new Honda, and drive away with it that day.
How many new Hondas do you have in stock?
Well, right now we have just about 100 in stock.
Hey, I hear you've won some very important awards in your service department. Tell us about them.
Well, the first one is we won the award for the first fixed award. So the cars are actually fixed on the very first time they're brought in. Second award is our Customer Service Experience Award. And then our third award is our Honda Express Service Elite. And we rank the best in quality and customer satisfaction.
Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends. That's the greatest compliment we can receive. If you've been in an accident, we'll get you back in your vehicle as quickly as possible. Our technicians care about you and your family and repair your vehicle to factory standards. We handle your claim from start to finish and provide a free loaner car. Stop by for a free estimate. Eustace Body Shop, just south of 88th and Highway 2.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Whether you like fishing together or fishing to get away, for the thrill of reeling in a big one, or just going out to have a good time, on the banks of your local pond, at a bend in a river, or on one of our many lakes and reservoirs, you'll always find the perfect place to cast a line, here, beneath Nebraska skies. Start planning your next fishing adventure today at letsfishnebraska.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now. In our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome to it on a Wednesday, DP. Austin Orman, old school. Austin, before we dive in the deep end of the pool, would you please let them know about our friends at the Mercado?
Certified Piedmontese, every type of meat, every type of cut. Lots of beef jerky got dropped off earlier in the week. If you want it, it is there. 2 Lincoln locations, 84th and Havelock, as well as 30th and Yankee Hill. You can also look in Omaha, 168th and Maple Streets for the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese.
All sorts of flavor, all sorts of taste. 402-464-5685. Starter Heyman text line. If you want to be a part of what we're doing, hit us up. Hit me, hit Austin with a what's up, and we will include you in the conversation. But before we dive into the pool, there's some greatness in the room. Eric Strickland, kind sir. For those on the stream, and if you're not on the stream, jump on the stream again, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, X, Allo Channel 951, all available to you. And on the said stream now, a beautiful thing by our friend Kendall Warnock from A1 Automotive just dropped it off. Josh Davis.
Yeah, initiated that, and it's Rick Stein recognition.
Okay.
And alumni cap.
Show that camera, Stricky.
We'll get your voice on.
Shout out to Josh Davis through Kendall, who brought this to me. I'm going to show it to you. But it's through Rick Stein recognition, which is off of right down the street from us in 2350 O Street here in Lincoln. A number for them. If you want to get your own or get one like it or get one for your son or your daughter, you can do that as well. 402-476-3810. And that's Rick Stein recognition. And alumni cap, which is career achievement plaque. This is what this is. You can go to alumnicap.com. I'm gonna show it to you.
He will flash it up on the stream so you can see it. It is gorgeous, good looking, jumping, leaping, shooting. Eric Strickland.
Keep it there as I zoom out here for a
second.
second.
He will allow that to be seen, and we want to share it and celebrate the young man for what he's done, and thank our fine partners for making sure that Strick gets some love, because that is a good-looking piece of art.
You got your achievements there on the bottom, Stricky. What's your favorite? Well, which one of those are you most proud of down there?
I would say the defensive.
Okay.
3-time defensive All Big 18. I think that was probably the one that I liked the most.
That's not bad. Oh, 3-time. 3-time. You hear that?
3 times.
3
1, 2, 3
times. So there's a way, right? So yes. So well done, kind sir. Congratulations. Good stuff. Good stuff, Strick.
My partner.
Yeah, man. Good stuff. From the text line, texter asked, DP, are you going to UFC 300? It pains me, but I have to celebrate at the same time. I will be leaving for Atlanta Friday morning to go with the Supernovas in what will be the match of all matches, everything prior to late May, the championship in Omaha. They faced the Atlanta Vibe for match number 4 of the season. The last time,
right?
Yeah, the last time the Supernovas went to Atlanta, they not only beat Atlanta, but they swept them. And some of that showed up. Strick, you know what it's like to be elite and have somebody come into the crib and put it on you.
Get your feet off my couch, darkness.
Brother Darkness. Yeah, and then Atlanta came here. So Atlanta is 2-0 in Omaha. But Omaha went down there and put a foot on. So I have to make the professional decision not to go to UFC 300, which pains me.
Who's fighting it? Who's
pains me.
The heavy ticket on that one?
So here's the one. So Jamal Hill, who was the light heavyweight champion, then an injury forced him to take the title because he couldn't defend it. And then Alex Pereira, who of course shocked the world and then moved up to light heavy and
got one.
Knocked old dude out.
Yeah.
Well, that's the feature. But here's the thing. Here's the thing about UFC, especially this one. Pereira Hill is such a good matchup. An elite all universe kickboxer with good hands versus the all elite hands former light heavyweight champion with good kickboxing. It's going to be, I in my head, Pereira's coming in with the strap. I'm not sure he leaves with it, depending on how well Jamal Hill has recovered. Yan and Zhang Weili, this is the two women fighting for the strawweight title belt. If they had held this at an international location, it would be as big as Nebraska women's volleyball at Memorial Stadium. That's how good a fight this is, and that's just the co-main event. Justin Gaethje versus Max Holloway, two Hall of Famers. Again, not even in the feature. Charles Oliveira, former champion.
He's phenomenal.
Sarukian is legit. Bo Nickel.
Oh, yeah.
The Penn State phenom against Cody Brundage.
He came in like gangbusters and just started tearing up the scene.
When you're the chosen one, right? You're the chosen one. But Cody brings some things, and there's some local fans that are fans of Cody Brundage. Cody could shock the world because it happens with the elites that they get caught once before they elevate all the way to their greatness. This might be it. Former champions all over the rest of the card. Aljamain Sterling is on the prelim card.
Wow.
Aljamain Sterling and Calvin Kattar are on the prelim card. Prohaska, former light heavyweight champion, prelim card.
Wow.
and I'm not sure that he's not even the favorite. Rakic is the favorite. Also on the prelim, Kayla Harrison. Kayla Harrison, the Olympian who transitioned over to MMA and makes her debut in the UFC. This is one of the greatest female fighters in the history of the sport. She faces Holly Holm.
Wow. Holly's still doing it.
Holly is still number 5 in the world.
Wow.
And Kayla, this is a builder one, right? This is a prelim. That's up.
Yeah, that's going to be crazy.
This one is so Jalen Turner, Jessica Andrade, they're all on the prelim. Jim Miller and Bobby Green. And for boxing purists, Bobby Green is like their favorite because it's always on. Like, oh, Bobby Green having a party night. It's that kind of deal. Davison Figueroa and Cody Garbrandt. That's gonna lead. Wow. That's gonna be the first fight. Davison Figueroa versus Cody Garbrandt.
Wow.
Is the first fight of the card.
It's a good card.
Yeah. So I wish
I was a baller.
I wish I was going to be at it. I was invited to it. I'm not. Vegas will be cracking.
It'll be popping.
So Strick, I want to dive into this because I need your how you root for who you root for because I want to set the table for conversation.
Okay.
When you were growing up, who was your baseball hero?
Wow. I would probably say I really looked towards like David Justice, because size, his ability from the left. I just loved the swing of Ken Griffey Jr.
Mm-hmm.
It was just so pure.
Yep.
Those are two guys that I would probably say.
And then in basketball, who were your heroes?
For me, it was modeling. So I liked Gary Payton just because I loved the fact that he had super defensive abilities, even so much that he called him the glove. But his post ability at the point guard position is what I modeled because I was not a traditional, and to me that was not traditional.
It's so
your Mark Jackson. Certain guys could do it, but it wasn't traditional to do it. You wasn't going to see Stockton posting anybody up regularly.
difference, right?
Yeah, the difference.
That in all of what we do, we tend to identify who represents us.
Yeah.
And you have to be careful. Like Austin Duke, like he, in his mind, Austin, I guarantee you, Austin could see himself at his highest form in the Duke system.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to be able to see yourself in uniform to sport it. Austin, is that fair? Who was your hero though?
The thing is,
your basketball hero?
I didn't really idolize or model, I think, in the same way, because when I think of my first sports introductions, it's Dad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I ever played in high school, that's just what I knew. Going to play catch with Dad. He taught me everything I knew. Watched plenty on TV. Wouldn't say I had a Royals hero necessarily. I could name some guys, but not like, I want to be that guy. Stricky, I'm too young for that. If you're asking me,
it's just rude that he said that.
Yeah,
it's just rude.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I'm too young for that.
My bad.
I was too young for that.
If you're asking me who the first Duke player I remember is, Kyle Singler.
And why? Was there a moment?
Not JJ Redick?
So JJ was going off when I was 6.
Okay.
5, 6, 7 years old. So I kind of knew who he was, but didn't really take on the life of its own until later. That Duke title run in 2010, I remember the Baylor, West Virginia, and Butler games specifically. So Lance Thomas was there. But Kyle Singler is the one I always remember gravitating to, more so even than Shire.
Okay. Well, here's what we're going to do. Strick, before I let you get out of here, appreciate you hanging again. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
But Strick,
yeah.
Is there a moment where you remember becoming a basketball fan?
I think I was pretty much always about, because back then, DP, it was time delayed.
Mm-hmm.
So especially being on the West Coast, at that time, it was the rivalries that drove me to it.
Mm-hmm.
It was because I loved the competition, the rivalries. I was always an underdog guy, so I always looked at the underdogs, but I loved the rivalries of the Celtics, Lakers of those days.
Who'd you root for?
I would probably say I rooted for the Lakers.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Of course you did.
And
right? Like,
but he saw himself in that forum, Stricky. You hit that forum.
But it was so unique though, DP, because I'm the son of a single dad.
Mm-hmm.
He's an officer in the Air Force, so there's lots of hours to which I was by myself.
Yeah.
And I would take those opportunities where I would grab a ball. And a lot of the kids in the neighborhood didn't want to play with me because I was like Shaq. I was the Shaq of the neighborhood. Like
Eric Shacklin.
No, yeah. No, for real. They did not. So much so that I would come across as a bully because I'm like, either I'm playing or I'm taking the ball. Like either I'm playing or I'm knocking somebody out. Like that's kind of how it was. And look, I was the young guy. I wasn't even the oldest one in the neighborhood. I just was the biggest one.
Yeah.
And I would get the ball, and they didn't have the nets.
Right.
It was just I would literally play as if I was playing Lakers Celtics, and I would count down, and I would play like I would make every pass. I'd be like the point guard. I'd be like Magic, bringing it up. I was working on handles, and then I would throw it into Kareem and act like I was Kareem in the paint, or Worthy taking him off the dribble. And then I was guarding Bird, but I would play the Celtics too. I would act like I was, DJ and Bird and Parrish. And I would literally play my own little game in my mind. Like my imagination. I think this is what made me a good player, was my imagination was next level. Like I could actually be out there and I could see it as if I was.
Visualization?
My visualization, yeah. I could literally see it as if I was there. With shot clocks and everything.
Oh no, that was literally how I knew I was going to be in sports.
Yeah.
I literally knew that. All right, Strick, bro. Appreciate you, man. Austin, let's send this man out of here. We will come back to old school and we'll dive into your moments, the moments that you identified yourself as a fan.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through April 16th is buy one, get one free on 8-ounce flat iron steaks, limit 4 per visit. Also, $2.50 off with any purchase of bread and burrata. And don't forget about lunch on Fired Up Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Locations at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Grandma and Grandpa, Mom and Dad, then the kids, and now the grandkids. Judson Irrigation has provided lawn sprinkler system design, installation, repair, and service to 4 generations. They're just like members of the family. Loyalty, trust, service. It's what you deserve and expect from Judson Irrigation.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
Here you go. Coffee's on me and my new BFF. I thought I was your best friend forever. BFF like best financial friend at Members Own Credit Union. Right now, they're offering $100 when you consolidate or transfer a loan or an existing credit card balance and meet requirements. Plus, you get great rates and free advice from a financial partner that will put you first.
That sounds like a match made in heaven.
Members Own Credit Union is the type of bestie you can count on. Get started today at memberzonecu.org/BFF. Limitations may apply. Equal housing opportunity.
Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends. That's the greatest compliment we can receive. If you've been in an accident, we'll get you back in your vehicle as quickly as possible. Our technicians care about you and your family and repair your vehicle to factory standards. We handle your claim from start to finish and provide a free loaner car. Stop by for a free estimate. Eustace Body Shop, just south of 88th and Highway 2.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
The need in our community, if you just look at the numbers, it's frightening. We're serving over 1,000 kids every day. With the passion of our people, I really feel like our potential to be of even greater service to kids and families who are struggling is just unlimited. But in order to have the greatest impact, we need all the help we can get from the community.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Have you been accused of a crime? Is your freedom at stake? At Liberty Law Group, we are committed to the defense of liberty for those accused. Facing criminal charges is stressful, overwhelming, and full of uncertainty. At Liberty Law Group, we believe in treating every person with respect, compassion, and understanding. When legal troubles are keeping you up at night, trust Liberty Law Group to fight your battles. To learn more, call 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday. You lost Wednesday. You're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. On the block with Strick and Austin.
I think about all the infrastructure that got built up behind the scenes by Coach Osborne, that Coach Solich took over. And then some of that infrastructure was eroded. Matt Rule still has to prove this, but I think Matt Rule's style is that, yeah, he'd like the infrastructure in place, but I think Matt Rule has the personality to do everything in his power to bend it to the way he wants it.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to old school. Do you know if from the text line? Do you know if Lionheart will be catching again Power Slap Friday? Yes, and he Lionheart was booked for UFC 302 International. Like, this is a big one. One of the young lions, of course, decided that it was a good idea to challenge Anthony Lionheart Smith because he feels like Anthony's on his way out, and Anthony, will go through it. And Anthony went, wait a minute. So it's in Rio de Janeiro. 301. Yes, 301.
Pretty nice, pretty cool place to go for a work trip.
Yeah, it was interesting because when it was announced, Anthony, kind of told me he was actually at a Supernovas practice when he told me. And I wanted to run with it and go, hey, everybody, I know Anthony Smith. But I had to respect the code, right? And allow him to announce it. And then his wife and his daughters were at the practice as well. And his wife goes, hey, do you want to go to 302? And I was like, yes, I want to go to 302. Yes, I want to go to 302 and 301. And I went, oh, I have a Supernovas game. Can't do it. So, no, I won't. Yeah, I'm not.
Where are the Novas for 301?
Vegas.
Okay, not bad.
Vegas, like it's
just one road trip off, right? Get 300 there. Just switch them around.
Yeah, it was a thought. Like I actually thought. No, they're in Columbus. Columbus. So
yeah, Columbus is Columbus. Yeah.
It's Columbus. It's a get even. That's a get even match.
It is.
So, and matter of fact, that could be a playoff preview.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on how things, finish out. Again, big one in Atlanta. Saturday night, tune in. Feel free, please, to tune in, or you can catch the stream on YouTube, but you can catch the call. So here's what you should do is have the app on and then have this YouTube stream so you can see what we're talking about. There, that's what you should do. Austin Orman, give me the oldest sports memory you have. How far back can you go? What's the first thing you remember as, live, you remembered it?
Watching or playing?
Watching.
Okay, that is going to be for myself, I remember second grade basketball and one of our players showing up with snow boots instead of basketball shoes.
Amazing.
Baseball or softball, I should say. I remember going to watch my mom and dad play in church league softball.
See, it's amazing, right? Because fandom is built on familiarity and feelings, right? Familiarity, feelings, and then often it is a matter of representation, right? Do I see myself in the people playing the game?
I did see myself in mom and dad.
Right?
Yes. Easy to do.
Right? I'm old enough that a lot of the sports that is presented was not presented as it is today. So there was no Sports Center. There was no cable TV. Certainly was no internet. There was no app through landlines and otherwise. My mother used to love to tell the joke that I learned to read at an early age because in a house of 8 kids and 1 TV, you had to spread and delegate and assign TV time. And so my mom loved to tell the story that they noticed that I learned to read pretty early. And the reason behind it was back in those days, there was no cable guide. There was a TV guide that you got in the mail with the Sunday newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
And so everybody else would grab their part of the paper and I would grab the TV guide.
Because that's what you wanted or because that's what was left?
No, it's what I wanted because in order to be able to watch sports, I had to learn to be able to read the TV guide so that I could claim all of the football times or baseball times for the family. And if I only got 4 hours, 5 hours of TV a week, I needed for it to be Sunday or Saturday or Monday Night Baseball or whatever it was. And again,
count.
Right? Well, that was the thing. My mom said that's how sports got him to learn how to read because I could go through and go, okay. So, and then at the time, we had the Washington Senators, the Washington Redskins. We did not have the Washington Capitals. They did not exist yet. We had the Washington Bullets, who had just become the Washington Bullets because they were the Baltimore Bullets before they were the Washington Bullets. We did have the Virginia Squires, who played in Norfolk or Richmond, including Billy Cunningham, Dr. J, so, yeah, you had to kind of pick your battles. But the Senators were never on national TV. Never in my life do I remember the Washington Senators being on the game of the week. First in your hearts, last in the NL East, in the AL East. Like, it was just, we're talking putridly bad baseball.
Consistently.
Right. Just
all
bang.
the time.
100 loss.
Yeah.
Count it.
Book it.
Book it. They were going to lose.
You can put it on the board. You can take it to the bank.
Yep. It was Sharpie. Like, just put it in. But what I remember was 2 things. One, listening to Senators games, Nats, as we called them, on the transistor radio. And one of the first Christmas presents I got that I remember was a transistor radio. So I could listen to the Redskins and Nationals, the Senators, play at night. And just imagine deep summer nights in D.C. catching fireflies and listening to baseball. And
who are the play-by-plays for that? Who do you remember?
I don't. The first ones I remember actually were Baltimore. I remember Baltimore. Washington had some cornball announcers, but it was just
Fit the 100 lost vibe.
Nettie Boo. Because you fell in love with the commercials because the commercials met National Bohemian Beer and Starling. It wasn't Pabst Blue. It was like Starling something, but National Bohemian were the beers, and all the commercials were cigarettes and beer. And Washington had 2 players. Now, I can remember the entire starting lineups for the Washington Senators from the late 60s. In that, Aurelio Rodriguez, the senor from San Sonoro. That was the radio call. Like, that was like, I remember this. He ended up better known for his time with the Detroit Tigers. But Aurelio Rodriguez, and next to him was Eddie Brinkman. And Eddie Brinkman was the thinnest. Washington and Baltimore had the 2 skinny shortstops that couldn't hit. Neither one could hit. Mark Belanger for Baltimore, who was Blade. They called him Blade.
Yep.
Neither one could hit. Right? They just couldn't hit. And they would put the battle of the Mini Minosa line. If they ever got above 200, we would lose our mind.
But could they take a walk?
No. They
really
doubled
just should
their
not have held
inability
it back.
they doubled their inability to hit with not being able to
Even get on base.
Get on base. Yeah, it wasn't bottom of the lineup was a death trap.
Second leadoff guy, not us.
Not us. Every now and then we would get so the Tigers took both the shortstop and third baseman. We had Dave Cash early, and then we had Lenny Randall. We had Lenny Randall at second base. We had Mike Epstein, who was a rookie, who was a veteran, good bat. He was the 3-hitter. We had him until the Rangers, Hargrove came in, was a rookie. He and Ben Grieve, Texas Rangers icon. Yeah. Paul Casanova in center field. And then the Washington Monument, all 6'7.5", 275 pounds of Frank Hondo Howard.
Yes.
Who would hit missiles into the Washington skies. Those were we had Denny McLain, refurbished from Detroit after his 30-win season. Never got close in Washington.
Didn't even probably get to 30 in Washington.
My goodness. Oh, boy, they were bad. They were so bad. Dick Bosman was our all-star pitcher. Dick Bosman, who also was stolen by the Tigers and moved on. We did have a quick run with Ted Williams, the Splendid Splinter, as the manager.
Denny McLain led all of baseball in losses in his time in Washington.
You betcha he did. You betcha he
led
did.
all of baseball in wins in 1968. Led the AL in wins in 69. 1970 in Detroit, 3-5, then 10-22.
Bruh.
For them Sens.
And it was a bad 22. It was a bad.
Only a 4.28 ERA. That's fourth starter stuff.
Well, mind you, he had 6 regulars who couldn't hit. Find the 69 and 70 Senators batting averages, and it will bring joy to your baseball heart to call out some of the numbers.
Hey, those 69 Senators went 86 and 76.
Yeah, and then that's why the Rangers bottom. That's why they look. Ted Williams came in, rattled at him, and then out.
All right, going from catcher down to right field here in the batting order.
Yep.
Paul Casanova, 216 batting average. Mike Epstein, 278.
He was the baller.
He was. Bernie Allen, 247.
And hey, Bernie was iconic.
Yep. Eddie Brinkman, 266.
Listen, we didn't know. We knew that he was going to be traded the moment he got above 200.
Frank Howard
Hondo.
hit 296.
Yep, that was the All-Star.
Ken McMullen, 272. Del Unser, 349.
The
and Lee
battling
May,
Unser.
286.
The battling Unser brothers. Yeah, that was.
And then Lee May, 290.
And they traded him immediately.
Immediately?
Immediately. We will have none of that offensive success in our Senators lineup.
Enough.
We will have enough of that. But that was where my love and my sense of humor about sports came to birth. Austin.
The next year is even better.
Oh.
We'll go through this. Okay. Casanova, 229. Epstein, 256. Tim Cullen, 214. Ed Brinkman, 262. You got Aurelio Rodriguez at 247. Frank Howard, 283. Ed Stroud, 266. Lee May, 263.
Oh, boy. We were so good. What a lineup. What a lineup. And they're 40 miles north. The Baltimore Orioles are balling.
They're
balling. They are balling. Brooks Robinson, Jim Palmer, balling. So finally, my family figured it. My uncle's like, son, I cannot allow you to just watch this. We will drive to Baltimore on the weekends, and I will show you what baseball is supposed to look like.
Heard that one before.
We'll turn break. Second hour of Old School coming up.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through April 16th is buy one, get one free on 8-ounce flat iron steaks, limit 4 per visit. Also, $2.50 off with any purchase of bread and burrata. And don't forget about lunch on Fired Up Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Locations at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Hi, I'm Senator Bo Ballard. I was born and raised in Lancaster County, learning the value of hard work and grit at a young age. I built my own company, creating jobs right here in our community. I know that families and businesses in our community need lower taxes, lower cost of healthcare, and a great education. That's why, as your senator, I helped pass the largest tax cut and made the most significant investment in education in Nebraska history and worked to reduce the cost of healthcare. I'm Senator Bo Ballard, and I humbly ask for your vote on May 14th. Paid for by Ballard for Nebraska.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The Electrical Workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine to go along with light winds, afternoon high around 67. Tonight, mainly clear with calm winds, and the low around 40. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies and more mild temperatures, and afternoon high around 70. I'm meteorologist Kyle Pecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Have you been accused of a crime? Is your freedom at stake? At Liberty Law Group, we are committed to the defense of liberty for those accused. Facing criminal charges is stressful, overwhelming, and full of uncertainty. At Liberty Law Group, we believe in treating every person with respect, compassion, and understanding. When legal troubles are keeping you up at night, trust Liberty Law Group to fight your battles. To learn more, call 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family, and as part
testing and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up.
Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hour number 2, and our apologies in advance, because every now and then, I like to go down the rabbit hole, and whatever was intended for the show goes out the window, flying out the window. So,
we got 4 nice windows right here. 3, if I can do math. Gone.
The window. Bad sports builds fans. Like, and you have
true fans.
Right?
True
right?
Fandom is built in the lean years.
Right. Like that I couldn't, the Senators were so bad that I had to have a sense of humor as a sports fan. I had the
come to grips or come to tears.
The bottom of the NFC East Redskins, right? Albeit, mind you, they had Hall of Famers at every skill position.
They did.
Bottom of the division every year. Then baseball season, hooray! No. Last in the division. Look, Royals fans, you had your moment. The Senators did not win in my lifetime. They did not win in my lifetime.
No, they did not. They didn't even make an honest effort at it, really.
This is okay. So before we get back into the pool, would you please let our friends at the Mercado know that we love them?
We do love them. We love their beef. We love their pork. Love their chicken. All of it. Every type of meat, every type of cut, as the illustrious Jay Foreman would say. Big thanks to Mike, who swung by, dropped off some beef jerky for us. We are well fed. We are happy. It was hickory smoked. It was garlic and herb. 2 Lincoln locations, 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill. Also 168th and Maple.
We will give away a care package of beef jerky. We'll give away 2 care packages. I've got them all set. So we will do that. I will do this if you can tell me. This is gonna be good. There are players on the Supernovas whose dads played in the NFL. There are players on the Supernovas whose dads, plural, played in the NFL. If you give me one of those, the very first one that gives me the name of the Supernovas player whose dad played in the NFL.
Chubby Rhino is so close.
You're close.
But
wrong sport. Wrong sport. We'll get there. You were close. I can tell you that one of them, their dad played for the Minnesota Vikings. Yeah.
Sounds like someone else I know.
Yeah, it's a thing. So we were talking about, oh, by the way, sidebar, one-on-one tonight will feature 2 Supernovas. One being Hristina Vuchkova, one of the great middle blocks in the world, and she happens to play for the Supernovas. And then Maggie Cartwright from Arkansas, and her introduction to Nebraska was in the Elite 8. And now she's played her way into the rotation for the Omaha Supernovas. So we will have them from 6 to 7. We'll give away some tickets.
That will be on stream as well. Royals hits at 6. So
Yes.
if you want one-on-one with DP and the Supernovas, that will be Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Allo961.
Yes. So we were talking bad baseball and how you become fans of a team. And really, we didn't have a choice. You didn't have a choice because the Senators weren't on TV. They were on the radio, and they weren't very good. So we would get to see them on national TV once a year when Frank Howard or Dick Bosman would make the All-Star game. And you'd see that they had lovely uniforms. Lovely.
The Senators or the All-Stars?
Senators. Back then, you wore your team's uniform into the All-Star game.
Don't know why we got rid of that.
Yeah, I don't understand either. I'm a big fan of that not be the whole thing. Jurevicius is not with the Supernovas.
No. Not with Nebraska anymore.
Right. So, right. How about that?
Did meet Joe. Nice guy, by the way.
Yeah, very good guy. So imagine I would imagine that there are listeners who are old enough to remember the Royals only on the radio.
That's my dad.
Right? That you had to find it. And if you were in the wrong part of the house, signal didn't come in. You had to maneuver. So every one of your parents and grandparents had a place in the house that was for designated sports listening.
Mm-hmm.
I had to listen to the Redskins on the radio before I was old enough to go. And thank goodness I had an amazing uncle. My uncle Melvin, who we called him Bruh, because he was my sister's bruh, and that's what they called him. So my uncle brother was an immaculate sports fan. He was deep with it. He was intelligent. Was probably, in my mind, he was good enough to be on the Pro Bowlers tour because that's what we were doing. He was amazing. Worked for the federal government for, some 35, 40 years. Military, Department of Defense. He would drive from D.C., right next to RFK State. He would drive from D.C. to Virginia to pick me up, to take me back to RFK, to watch the Senators, drive me back to Virginia, and then back home. That kind of love resonated, that he cared enough for me to know what this thing was. And it was amazing. Now, back then, again, and I hate to be the old guy to tell it was better then than it is now, but when they gave away stuff at the game, they gave away stuff. So he would pick the games where they gave out bats. And when I say they gave out bats, it wasn't no small little handheld, no, full-on Adirondack 34-inch bat.
Pine and maple.
Bats, man, bats. And the sound that 30,000 bats made on the back of a chair still resonates.
Still got the ringing?
Right. Like, I'm trying to imagine Royals fans. Like, I knew that there were some cities that giving them bats was a bad idea.
Philly
can't always, right? Really? Like, Philly and New York come to mind right away. Immediately. That the places that should not have full bats. They gave out authentic hard shell batting helmets.
Woo! Alongside the bats?
On another night.
Okay, thank goodness.
On another night. And then they would give you baseballs. Official Major League Baseball, Austin.
Yeah.
You giving every bad kid in Washington, D.C. baseballs to a team that's going to lose 100 games.
Some marketing department didn't quite get all the way through the ramifications past, hey, what if they win? If they win, we're good.
We're good.
Anything past that, nope, we're not planning for it.
Oh, man. Let me tell you, Austin, there were some nights, man, I remembered, and I just thought, there is no place I'd rather be than RFK Stadium when they're giving away stuff for people to throw back on the field.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, that must have been part of the plan. Was, hey, we'll give out 10,000 baseballs. We're going to get 9,000 of them back because the fans are terrible human beings. But, hey, rightfully so.
Did you like RFK because of the stadium itself? Did you like RFK because of what it represented, like you're saying, with the relationship with you and your uncle?
Here's what I know to be true. The image of, so the scene from Rudy where the dad goes into Notre Dame Stadium for the first time and he sees it in color for the first time, right? Because a lot of TVs at the time were black and white. So to see it in color was a thing. And he said, it's just so beautiful. It's just so beautiful. That was not RFK Stadium. That was, nope. When they tell you, the scene, the moment in Redskins Cowboys lore in the playoff, NFC Championship or playoff game, where the stadium is rocking and they're chanting, "We want Dallas." Architecturally, that shouldn't happen. That shouldn't have the stadium moving with a portion of the 60,000, let's say 10,000 of them, jumping up and down in a building that is not built. Yes, it was on the bleacher side, but still shouldn't. Here's the thing about RFK. RFK, it fully admitted, it knew itself that it was not elite. So they built FedEx.
Yeah.
But FedEx, in its elite arrogance, is worse than RFK. Because you could go to the bathroom on the 4th floor of FedEx, it will reach you on the 1st floor.
Hey, it's raining all the time. I thought it was a day game. Not cloud in the sky.
Just listen. I loved it because of the memories of what happened there. Terrible turf. Terrible turf. I clearly remembered them spraying the dirt green.
Nice.
Like, hey, they're not gonna notice.
Nah.
Grass is for high schoolers.
Dirt is for the men.
What is wrong with you? So, and the fact that it was, again, in the era of the multi-purpose stadiums, RFK was both for the Redskins and the Senators. So there's a watch company called Longines. I believe that's what it was, Longines. Longines, Longines. I think that's what it was. And I only remember it because in RFK Stadium, at the end to the right, in dead center field, was this monstrous clock. This clock had to be 30 feet tall. And we remember the stories because there's stories of Harmon Killebrew and Mickey Mantle just hitting bombs into this clock, right? Just hitting bombs into it. And next to it, okay, I remember Schaefer Beer. Schaefer Beer. There was this big sign instead of it. So that was fine for either season, except Austin. Like most multi-purpose stadiums, a quarter of the field is dirt. It's the infield. And, it was terrible. And then they would do this thing just for grins and giggles. In the middle of like August, they would book like the biggest concert you could possibly imagine in 95-degree heat, put a full stage on top of the grass.
In the spray painted dirt.
Dead.
Well, no, my family went to a Royals game a couple of years ago right after a concert. This was like June, July. Like, what are we doing? You can tell where the chairs were. You can tell. You didn't put a tarp down or anything to save this poor grass that your groundskeepers worked so hard on. I don't know if the RFK or FedEx people worked as hard on their grass as the Kauffman Stadium people do theirs. I felt bad for them.
There was a Beach Boys concert.
Oh,
and
that's a big one.
Oh, it's huge. And literally 2 years later, they moved it to the mall because they're just like, okay, we can't just screw up everything. So yeah, like what happened in the stadium made it the stadium. The memories of watching. I mean, I watched Sonny Jurgensen, Charlie Taylor, Bobby Mitchell, the tail end of Bobby Mitchell, Larry Brown, Pat Fisher, Ron McDowell, Huskers all up and down the roster. I got to see George Allen do his thing, Joe Gibbs do his thing in 100%. And the beauty of it was that they were heroic in ways. I mean, Sonny Jurgensen, Billy Kilmer, Joe Theismann, all the way through. And then they moved to FedEx and it was done. Like it was just done.
Did you see the Theismann leg thing?
Yes.
Live? You
So
did?
I was sitting on the 20-yard line, Shout out to Jamie Carrington and his dad, Fred, who took me to that game on a Monday night. And what I remember at the time, and I don't think I'm talking outside of school, that Joe Theismann was dating Kathy Lee Crosby, Wonder Woman at the time. Wonder Woman. Now, Austin, sidebar. Tell me how cool it was to have your starting quarterback dating Wonder Woman.
Pretty darn cool.
Yeah,
you think Travis Swift or Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are a big deal?
Right? Like,
nah.
Right? It was a big deal. It was awesome. But the leg break was a thing that we weren't prepared for. We were not prepared for that. From the text line, this is DP. In 1973, my dad took me to Veterans Stadium a half dozen times to watch the Phillies. Best and worst memories and lessons of humanity or lack of. Best damn memories. 100. Like, I think that as fans, the thing that we love, and I would love to hear about, okay, so in order to talk about like RFK, I can talk about the best, but then to talk about the worst. That, yeah, Gus Frerott's headbutt, 100%, 100%, just trying to understand what were you thinking. And Gus and I, we talked a few months ago, and it's a thing. Gus, amazing. He's actually leading the NFL Players Association network.
Nice.
So Gus is doing very well. Good spirits, great beer right now. He's sporting a monster beer. Good on you, Gus. Good on you. Yeah, I mean, all of the memories, like I could go through and say that RFK Memorial Stadium in Baltimore, not this memorial, but Baltimore Memorial Stadium, Erickson Stadium in Charlotte, the Delta Center in Salt Lake City, places that I watched substantial amount of games over a period of time. You have the great memories that have to negate the bad thing about the stadium that exists, that you have to kind of, okay, it's a wart. Still a 9, but it's a wart. There's a wart involved. So I'll ask you, what is your favorite moment at Memorial Stadium?
My favorite moment at Memorial Stadium.
Like you said, the PBA No Sit Sunday was the best moment you could think of at PBA.
I wasn't there for that one, though.
Okay. What's the best moment that you were at? Text line, let me know. Your favorite moment at Memorial Stadium. Not volleyball.
Right. Oh, man. Oh, duh. I was at the Nebraska-Michigan State game, Mike Riley's first year. The year Michigan State went to the college football playoff. And Nebraska beat them. I was sitting northwest corner, so right above the tunnel. And that's the corner Brandon Riley caught that touchdown in. Yeah. One row in front of us, there's a Michigan State fan and his Nebraska buddy. Hearing their conversations back and forth throughout the game was great. But without a doubt, it's Nebraska-Michigan State 2015. I was in the stadium for the Miracle against McNeese State. Probably should never gotten to that point.
My mind
Tommy Armstrong's run against Oregon.
The text line is blowing my mind right now. The text line is blowing my mind right now. Are you telling me that the unanimously, the greatest moment to ever happen at Memorial Stadium? Every single texter said the same thing. And it is not what I thought.
This is texters of a certain age. I can about imagine how old these people are. Because I know my dad would say a Colorado game in the 90s, but maybe an Oklahoma game, Oklahoma State potentially. But I'm pretty sure my dad has told me some of those early to mid 90s Colorado games are up there for him. But this game, DP, for people that are probably that generation after the championships, that's the moment because it was 2 moments in one. Yep. Big Bang Hank. Yep. That's what I would have guessed.
Everybody,
45.
So this generation, the greatest moment at Memorial Stadium in Husker football is Alex Henry's 57-yard field goal against Colorado. That's it.
And then Sue with the pick six, and he curb stomps Cody Hawkins on his way to the end zone. You have to tie those two together.
My mind is blown. You could have put 10 things on the list and said, picked the least likely thing to be the biggest moment that fans will remember. And that's what I would have picked, because to me, field goals are almost the exclamation point and not the thing. Because there's usually a play on the drive or a thing that set it up or a thing that set up making the field goal matter. This is phenomenal.
Well, you know the context behind Alex Henry.
Okay, so tell me why this is a deal.
Okay, so obviously school record, but that's secondary here.
Okay.
It's Colorado. They're annoying. Alex Henry, I believe, went to Omaha Burke. So he's a local kid. He's fine. But Bo called the timeout, and he was going to punt. The lore is that little Alex Henry, not muscle bound, not ripped up, not a hero by any stretch of the imagination, says, "Nah, coach, I got it." From 57, school record against Colorado. But then the other part of that is what happened next, because you tie in local legend Alex Henry doing something that hasn't been done before in school history to Ndamukong Suh that next drive.
Yeah.
You tie the local legend with the hero
right.
for guys of my generation, making one of the defining plays of his Nebraska time, and he did it against Colorado. No, it's not one of the, all-time Nebraska championship runs or plays, but that struck a huge emotional chord for people of that generation and myself.
So what I need to figure out is, so specific to Memorial Stadium, so now the Westerkamp Hail Mary catch, the crouch reverse, and there's some great text. Can you read?
Yep.
Right? Can you read his text on that?
34-27.
Yeah.
Black 41 flash reverse. I was told Stunts was going to throw a pass to Crouch the night before the game. Told my friends and they laughed. And when it happened, we all ended up about 5 rows from where we started.
So there are 3 plays, right? 3 plays. Am I missing anything? The Virginia Pirate.
Yep, that was that same game. Yeah, 94 Colorado was a big one.
Michigan State game.
Yep.
Miami 2014-ish.
Okay, so that's an interesting one, because that would have been 2013, 14.
He said 14-ish.
Yes, because I remember I missed the game at Memorial Stadium. I wanted to stay home and watch it on TV. I didn't have tickets or anything.
Yeah.
But darn mom and dad made me go to homecoming instead. So he DVR'd it, watched it later. But Randy Gregory was there. Amir went off in that game. Brad Kaya was the Miami quarterback. It got nasty. Not like 1994 nasty, but like, hey, these two teams haven't seen each other in 20 years, and we're pumping up the history today. Little nasty.
Let me be clear so that I do not want to misunderstand this. Oh, my goodness. Alex Henry's 57 yards, and I get that that's a moment, right? It would equate to if Scott Norwood hits it, or Florida State, you don't go wide right. I get it. But to make it equal is that Mark Mosley won the NFL MVP, hitting his 26 consecutive field goal in a row in a snowstorm in a game on national TV against the New York Giants, and it's nowhere near one of the great plays at RFK Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't even the greatest play that day. The greatest play is Joe Theismann on a reverse, getting out front and leading the block for Joe Washington and going to touchdown, and chipping his tooth and getting on national TV with Jack Buck talking about, look, I'm a hog now. Like that. That's wow. My mind's blown. We're going to throw a break. Text line, again, I appreciate y'all because, again, sometimes the classroom, like the teacher gets taught, and I want to learn, right? And the fact that any day I can go down the text line will give me information. But I did not expect Alex Henry to be the highlight of all highlights at Memorial Stadium
for this generation.
Maybe
that's
they're
the key.
Maybe the old heads don't text, but my goodness gracious, 402-464-5685. You can call if you want. I will take calls. Harrison's back there. I will tell him to pump the brakes and answer the phone. If you have some explanation for what, give me like that. And Only call if you were in the stadium that day. I need the greatest moment in the stadium that you were in, you were actually at, and tell me about it. We'll take 2 calls. First 2 callers we'll go to break. More Old School when we come back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now through April 14th, enjoy USDA Choice 8-ounce bacon wrapped sirloins for $3.99 each, USDA Choice Tri-Tip for $9.99 per pound, 1 dozen large eggs for $1.98 when you purchase 2, and 24 packs of Miller Lite or Coors Light for $15.99 with the purchase of 2. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Hi, I'm Senator Bo Ballard. I was born and raised in Lancaster County, learning the value of hard work and grit at a young age. I built my own company, creating jobs right here in our community. I know that families and businesses in our community need lower taxes, lower cost of healthcare, and a great education. That's why, as your senator, I helped pass the largest tax cut and made the most significant investment in education in Nebraska history and worked to reduce the cost of healthcare. I'm Senator Bo Ballard, and I humbly ask for your vote on May 14th. Paid for by Ballard for Nebraska.
Hi, this is State Senator Carolyn Bosden. Education is a cornerstone to building a strong, vibrant community. I voted for the historic increase in funding for education in the legislature. As a state senator, wife, and mom, I believe Lincoln is a great place to work and raise a family. My husband Reggie and I are local business owners and understand the valuable role of education in our community. This is Carolyn Bosden, and I am asking for your vote on May 14th, paid for by Bosden for Legislature.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now through April 14th, enjoy USDA Choice 8-ounce bacon wrapped sirloins for $3.99 each, USDA Choice Tri-Tip for $9.99 per pound, 1 dozen large eggs for $1.98 when you purchase 2, and 24 packs of Miller Lite or Coors Light for $15.99 with the purchase of 2. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
At Southeast Community College, community is our middle name. Our continuing education classes offer personal interest, traffic safety and licensing, online learning, and adult education classes across Southeast Nebraska or online in your own home. Learn pottery or floral design, take a computer course, learn Spanish, how to start writing a book, or Air Fryer 101. See the full schedule of continuing education classes online at southeast.edu/continuing. SCC, your path to possible.
Sick of being upsold at gyms?
My guy, you're currently a base member? For $90 more, I can upgrade you to our Shred membership. For $130 more, you'll be a Swole member. And for just $300 more, you'll reach Sweat Platinum.
At Planet Fitness, you'll get energy without the upsell. Never pushy, always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. It's fitness that fits your budget. Join Planet Fitness for just $1 down and $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, April 12th. See Home Club for details.
Have you been accused of a crime? Is your freedom at stake? At Liberty Law Group, we are committed to the defense of liberty for those accused. Facing criminal charges is stressful, overwhelming, and full of uncertainty. At Liberty Law Group, we believe in treating every person with respect, compassion, and understanding. When legal troubles are keeping you up at night, trust Liberty Law Group to fight your battles. To learn more, call 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Ready to upgrade your combine in 2024? The team at Landmark Implement is here to help find the right combine to fit your operations needs. Choose from 4.9% for up to 60 months or a 12-month interest waiver, followed by John Deere financial rates with approved credit through the end of April. When you purchase a pre-owned S or X Series combine from Landmark, know you are backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network with mobile techs and parts drop-off points to keep you up and running. View our current inventory online at landmarkhemp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
Spring is here. It's time to get back outside and into proper shoes this year. Brown Shoe Fit is the place to buy this spring with their sale on athletic shoes. Get $15 off any regular price athletic shoes with respected brands like Hoka, Brooks, New Balance, and On Running. And don't forget, Browns carries a large arrangement of sizes and widths to fit your feet properly. Start your spring off right at Brown Shoe Fit, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Do you need motivation to get to the gym on the weekend or even in general? Tune into the Movement Hour each Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. Movement Academy owner Robert Kuhlman will host the show as he introduces new ways to stay in shape. The Movement Hour, every Saturday morning from 10 to 11 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
High schoolers, unleash your creativity and learn about potential careers in broadcasting at the Digital Expressions Media Camp. Have fun, make friends, and get hands-on experience with video and radio production June 9th through the 14th at the University of Nebraska at Kearney. Scholarships are available from the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and spots are limited. Learn more at digitalexpressionscamp.com. That's digitalexpressionscamp.com.
Join us each Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon for Youth Football 101 with Tank Perry of the Nebraska Red Wolves of 7-on-7 football. The future of the sport depends on the foundation set at a young age. Hear those stories and more each Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Oh my goodness. You folks are wild. Text line, you are wild. Consider me stunned. Greatest moment that you were at Memorial Stadium. Not volleyball. And that the answer almost unanimously was Alex Henry's 57-yard field goal. And oh, geez, hilarious. Halloween 1992.
That was against Colorado. That's the game that I was referencing before.
That is hilarious.
Colorado, Halloween
That is
92.
Hilarious. At some point, you guys have to ask Austin privately to tell that story. Because it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Pretty funny. So to set the table, and there's some others in there. So John says any moment against Oklahoma from '69 until it was broken. Garth Brooks, but that almost makes the point that it really shouldn't be Garth Brooks. It shouldn't be volleyball. Like, I know that volleyball was historic, but you can't tell me that in a nation of Husker football fans, that the greatest memory folks have in person, that if you're below the age of 40, is an Alex Henry 57-yard field goal. And I love your breakdown of the story, why it was important. But I'm stunned. I'm stunned. The Westerkamp catch, Kellogg, you were telling the story about that being, you thought that might be Penn State.
No, Kellogg to Westerkamp was Northwestern.
Okay.
But the reason that I wasn't there, I remember I was getting driven to go babysit. So
Okay.
I heard it on the radio.
Okay.
If I recall, that was not a good Northwestern team. So I don't think it should have come down to that moment.
That part.
And talk, okay, so you talked about Alex Henry. What's the play before the play? Nebraska had to convert a fourth down. Amir Abdullah got it by a fingernail.
And it took a
second effort. He had to dive for it. So
yeah.
that to me was the play that set up the play.
Well, that's why, again, I remember the things that set up the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And often it is either an error by an opponent or a superhuman play by the home team.
For me, that I mentioned that 2015 Nebraska-Michigan State game, Tommy Armstrong should have thrown a pick, I think the play or two plays before. Two Michigan State guys got a hand on that ball, knocked it away from each other. So Nebraska got another chance at it.
Wow. It's remarkable. Remarkable that that's where it stands. What was can I ask you the last great moment you had at Memorial? The last great moment. The last great moment at Memorial Stadium. Yeah, there's some folks who are still bitter. 2007 Oklahoma State, empty stadium game.
Yeah, they're just having not a lot of marquee moments. I remember a lot of cool plays, but not any top 25 Nebraska takes down top 10 whoever.
What was the last big win at Memorial?
The last biggest win,
and
was probably at the time beating Oregon in 2016, but that Oregon team didn't make a bowl game. So before that, probably Michigan State the year before.
This is mind blowing. Texas said the Armstrong Hail Mary.
Oh, it wasn't even Armstrong. It was Ron Kellogg.
Joe Daly.
Oh, Joe Daly.
Joe
Daly.
I always hear about this, and we need to get that clip and keep it in the file. There's certain plays, Austin, that we should have on file and have access to play anytime, right? Because there are those moments.
Mm-hmm.
The fake punt was it Indiana or Illinois a few years ago during COVID?
Yeah.
That I have to wrap my brain around how that's still allowed. Certain fumbles make my head hurt. Wow. First game after 9/11. See, that's where I thought it was going to end up. And even that,
Who did Nebraska play in that game?
I don't know. I actually
from your area.
I saw the Maryland.
It's not Maryland.
Virginia Tech played at home. Virginia played at home.
Rice came to Lincoln 9 days after 9/11.
Oh, the other area.
Yeah, other. Sorry.
The other area.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not. There's home, and then there's the other. That's the other area. That the Luke Fickell led Ohio State game. Okay.
That one. Do you know about that game?
No. Give me that one.
Largest comeback in school history. This was the year that Trussell was on probation after all the Terrell Pryor tattoo gate stuff. So Fickell was the interim. And again, this is a pretty okay Ohio State team that got up really big. Braxton, what's his name? Running quarterback. Braxton Miller.
Yeah.
Was the quarterback for Ohio State at the time. They got up, I think, 27-6, I want to say. Comeback started with a strip sack, or not strip sack because Miller had fallen forward. Levante David strips Braxton Miller as he's going down, recovers it. Rex Burkhead went off, had the game-winning touchdown up the left side. Stanley Jean-Baptiste picked off Joe Bowserman down the right sideline.
That is a name that is not said enough on Nebraska radio, sports radio.
It's true.
That is so there are some moments. Was 9/11 bigger than Alex Henry, bigger than the comeback, bigger than Westerkamp, better? Like, we need to figure out.
I feel like the 2001 9/11 thing was less about the game and more about everything else. So I feel like we need a sport and a non-sports.
Beating Missouri in 2010?
Haley went for 3 bills that day, but the year before that was the better game. Nebraska, again, comeback. So Blaine Gabbert was the quarterback of that team the year before down in Columbia. I went to bed. I think Nebraska was down 22-0, 12-0, something like that.
Is Halu's performance the best performance at Memorial State? What's the best individual performance at Memorial State? And that is without time. That is timeless. That the best individual performance. And here's another one. The game after Brooke.
Yeah.
I would have thought, we've got fundraiser, about Jack. That's a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like in my head, that's where I thought Husker fans were going to go. Nope. Left turn, straight into Alex Henry, 57 yards. It was fantastic, right? Just trying to make sense of it. Sioux versus Texas. Johnny Rogers.
Sioux versus Texas was. Did he have a good performance in Memorial, or are we talking Big 12 championship game?
Yeah, that
changes.
That is different. Memorial Stadium for that building. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a poll online. That's gonna have to be a poll. That's okay. We'll toward the break. We'll come up. We'll close out this conversation. Set up for one-on-one with the members of the Omaha Supernovas, Christina Vuchkova and Maggie Cartwright at 6:00. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now through April 14th, enjoy USDA Choice 8-ounce bacon wrapped sirloins for $3.99 each, USDA Choice Tri-Tip for $9.99 per pound, 1 dozen large eggs for $1.98 when you purchase 2, and 24 packs of Miller Lite or Coors Light for $15.99 with the purchase of 2. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
At Southeast Community College, community is our middle name. Our continuing education classes offer personal interest, traffic safety and licensing, online learning, and adult education classes across Southeast Nebraska or online in your own home. Learn pottery or floral design, take a computer course, learn Spanish, how to start writing a book, or Air Fryer 101. See the full schedule of continuing education classes online at southeast.edu/continuing. SCC, your path to possible.
Do you need motivation to get to the gym on the weekend or even in general? Tune into the Movement Hour each Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. Movement Academy owner Robert Kuhlman will host the show as he introduces new ways to stay in shape. The Movement Hour every Saturday morning from 10 to 11 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine to go along with light winds, halving high around 67. Tonight, mainly clear with calm winds, and the low around 40. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies and more mild temperatures, and halving high around 70. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
One action, no matter how small, can have a world of impact on the life of a child. Cedars started because one couple believed that they could provide a child with a better life. And that belief grew into the Cedars that we know today, a powerful force for good that helps thousands of kids across Nebraska. Belief grows.
Ready to upgrade your combine in 2024? The team at Landmark Implement is here to help find the right combine to fit your operations needs. Choose from 4.9% for up to 60 months or a 12-month interest waiver, followed by John Deere financial rates with approved credit through the end of April. When you purchase a pre-owned S or X Series combine from Landmark, know you are backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network with mobile techs and parts drop-off points to keep you up and running. View our current inventory online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
Spring is here. It's time to get back outside and into proper shoes this year. Brown Shoe Fit is the place to buy this spring with their sale on athletic shoes. Get $15 off any regular price athletic shoes with respected brands like Hoka, Brooks, New Balance, and On Running. And don't forget, Browns carries a large arrangement of sizes and widths to fit your feet properly. Start your spring off right at Brown Shoe Fit, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
My goodness, there's so many great things. So go to Ticket social media. We'll put the question out there. What's the greatest football moment you can think of at Memorial Stadium? And then we can just tell you tomorrow, I want to go through and ask about the greatest performances at Memorial Stadium because they're all different, right? They're all different. You just pointed out, I think, again, we started all of this with why you love what you love. And I have a stat and you have a stat. So of that Senators team, right, this is a team that in 1970 lost 92 games. 92 games. And on a pitching staff that had an all-star. Dick Bosman was an all-star at 16 and 12 for the season. They list, this is the thing. Now, again, Bosman pitched 230 innings. That dude ate some innings, man. 7 complete games. Joe Coleman, 6 complete games. 2, base level, they were a combined 24 and 24. 13 complete games, 4 shutouts. 4 shutouts amongst them. But on the back end of the Senators' bullpen, I'm going to tell you that there are some people who really should have given their paychecks back. Denny Riddlebarger. Pedro Ramos. Jan Dukes. Bob Humphreys. Cisco Carlos. Cisco. But none of those names mattered as much as. Ready for this?
Lay it on me.
Dick Such. Dick Such was 1-5 with an ERA of 7.56. Woo! 21 games, no saves.
Nice.
Just out there. Was he the story? Nope. Nope. We loved Submariner Horatio Pena. Was he the story? Nope.
Yep.
He was 5-3 with 6 saves. The ace of the bullpen, the absolute ace of the bullpen was Darryl Knowles. Darryl Knowles. At the age of 28 and the closer. In 71 games, he had 27 saves. 27 saves for Darryl Knowles. Except he was 2-14.
Whoops.
2-14. Whew. Bruh. Your Royals over your lifetime. Go.
6 or 7 100 loss seasons. Not great. They finished higher than third in the division 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Finished third 4 other times. Otherwise, it's been 4th and 5th. Talk about being forged in the crucible, DP. That's my Royals fandom, and I am sticking the heck to it. I love them to death.
Oh, man.
They're good this year. Watch out. The boys are hot.
The
boys are hot.
Don't go anywhere. 6 o'clock, one-on-one with Maggie Cartwright and Justina Vuchkova of the Supernovas. We'll talk about the big match as we head to Atlanta and Ticket Weeknights to follow. Don't go anywhere. 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppel Chevrolet GMC, and our annual spring sales event is now underway. We have absolutely huge savings right now at Coppel. New Sierras and new Silverados have a double whammy. Choose from APR starting at 1.9% or discounts over $9,000. Yes, that's right, 1.9% APR